Hello, Internet! It's a bit cold outside. It doesn't look it because I've got the shoulders off of my shirt because the sun is like right there. But the second the wind comes out and the clouds come in, but unfortunately, I have to do this video from this very spot because I need to be able to see the front door and into the back door because of some potatoes. Because of that, the tea is back. Too hot to drink at the moment, but it's here to warm me up when it comes back. So today's video is going to be a short one because it can't really be a real one because of the great potato saga of this week. I haven't had the time to be able to properly record or write or read or exist in anywhere outside of Potato Land. Instead, I have a bunch of announcements that I want to get out of the way. I thought that it would be really weird if I did video and announcement and video and announcement because how exciting is my life really? So since I have all of these, I thought since I can't do a proper video this week, I just get them out of the way right now in today's video. Should I explain the potato thing? I kind of don't want to because I feel like it would be really funny, the saga of the potatoes that's never explained, but then I feel like this video would be clickbait because I'm definitely using it in the title. I'll do it at the end. If you stick around to the end of this weird announcementsy video, I will tell the story of potatoes. Okay, a couple of really quick channel-related announcements. Now that my dissertation is over, I am going to start going back to some of the stuff that I was doing before, specifically my romance case studies. I stopped doing those because I didn't have enough time to watch movies, but now I have time to watch movies, and so I'm going to start doing that. Because I now have the time to read and watch and do all that stuff I couldn't while I was doing dissertation work, some of my original rope-related videos and romance rants will be coming back. If you enjoy those, yay. If not, well, I'm not going to stop doing the videos that I've been doing the last few weeks either. I made a video a few weeks ago about how I didn't want to try and pigeonhole myself. I wanted to talk about whatever I want. Well, I want to be able to talk about both. The stuff I've been doing in the last couple of weeks isn't going away, but the stuff that I did originally is going to come back in some way, shape, or form, mostly for me because those videos are related to my WIP. Yay, I'm finally getting some writing done. It's very exciting. My other big channel update is I have been writing a lot more recently. Super exciting for me because I've had to stop doing that. Getting back into that has been a really fun time. Now, I've mentioned a few times I have my manuscript and my WIP, which are two different pieces of writing. My WIP that I'm working on right now is what I'm doing with the character work and with the movies and the case studies. Manuscript is one I have finished and I've mentioned it a few times and is currently in the beta readers stage. Unfortunately, because I wasn't aware of hashtags or writer blur or any of these things that I'm a bit more familiar with now, the beta readers that volunteered to help me were very unfamiliar with the process and most of them didn't even respond because they thought it was a big commitment. There are still some people who have it and are supposed to be finishing up soon, but apart from them, I've essentially given up on those beta readers. Obviously, people who are on the internet for these things are going to be more familiar with the process. What's going to happen is once I'm done with my super in-depth character plotting that I'm doing right now, I've mentioned before that I have to cut 30 to 50,000 words to get down to my goal. Once that's done, which will hopefully be within the next couple of weeks because once this character thing gets on a roll, I tend to do it a little bit every day and get through it quite quickly. Regardless of where the beta readers are, I'm going to start that process and then restart a beta reader process. So if you are interested in being a beta reader, please stay tuned for that announcement because I will be looking for people in the coming weeks, hopefully. Might be a bit longer than that, but it is coming up, so stay tuned for that. Finally, I do have a bit of a life update. I have a couple of things I have to work out before I can officially announce anything, but I think I've worked out how to get out of limbo, and I know that that's something I've been talking about a lot, but I finally figured it out. I'm very excited. Big weight off my shoulders. Again, there are a couple more things that are still there and still getting at me, but the fact that we almost there is big relief for me. As promised, if you stuck around, I'm going to tell the potato story. Last week, maybe a week and a half ago by now, my aunt came back with my nan. Now, my nan is staying with my aunt and uncle for a little while, get away, a little holiday, away from her routine, away from her house, away from all of that lovely stuff, and she came back because she had a doctor's appointment. My aunt walked in the house and said something to the effect of, "Why does it smell like a student's apartment?" And of course, I was a little like, "Oi." She said it smelled musty, and I couldn't smell anything, Nana couldn't smell anything, and we had no idea what she was talking about. Well, I finally was in the hall and just got hit with it. We just couldn't figure out where it was coming from. Her jacket was fine. It had been raining, so we thought it was the jacket. We just couldn't find it, so we thought, well, just air out the room. We opened up the door, it should be fine. Then had washed some towels there's something wrong with the dryer. They just wouldn't dry. This is a couple of days of trying to dry these towels, and eventually I was like, no, screw it. I'm air drying them, but it was about to rain, so I popped them over the radiator. When I came back from work, just was hit with the musty smell. We decided it might be maybe the dusty radiator had been causing this problem. So I took the towels off, dried them in a different place, I dusted behind the radiator. We thought everything was fine. That same day, I was doing a bunch of packing. I had to go away the next day and I needed to get a lot of stuff done. So I was packing things up and I was throwing a bunch of stuff away, as you do when you pack. And I mean pack to move, not packing to go away. Like, I had thrown a bunch of stuff in the bin and it had become full. So I put it out because the bins were going out the next day. So I went to get the masking tape my nan ties up her bags with. I opened up the cupboard under the stairs and was just hit with the musty smell. This is where that's coming from. Turns out Nana had 5, 6, maybe even 7 opened, uneaten, rotting bags of potatoes just on the cupboard floor. It was disgusting. I had to put all of it out in the bins. I had to try and clean up the basket that they were all sitting in, and they were just like sopping wet with like rotten potato juice. It was legitimately one of the most disgusting things I've ever done. The next morning, my uncle comes around with my nan again because they have to take her to a doctor's appointment in town. My uncle realizes it's gone into the carpet. So right then and there, we have to pull up the carpet on the cupboard under the stairs floor. I had to go away a couple of hours later, so we pulled up the carpet and I left almost immediately after. While I'm away, I get a text saying that they had come back to scrub the floor with soapy water, and when that didn't work, they scrubbed it with bleach. They said, we hope that worked. Well, of course it didn't. So when I got back, I had to cover the floor with bicarbonate of soda and baking powder. I have to keep the front door and the back door open at all times to try and get through draft. That's why I'm here. All of the upstairs doors are constantly closed, which means all the rooms are stuffy because we don't want the smell to get into our beds, into our clothes, anything like that. So, and the reason why I don't have time to properly make this video is because my aunt is coming by maybe a half an hour with heavy duty bleach so we can see if we can get this smell finally gone. This potato saga has been going on for a week now. No matter what we do, this damn smell just won't come out of the floor and it's stinking up the entire house. Every moment where I could be doing something else, I'm focusing on cleaning up potato juice. Yeah, it's not been a fun week. So that's the story of the potatoes. I hope at least to laugh at my expense. I promise I'll have a proper video up for you next week. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye!